All right, guys, let's go ahead and kick this off. Like always, full stream of consciousness. Let's go full tilt. If you do not have the ability to put your camera on, I get it. If you're not in a safe place, I get it. But if you are somewhere where you can put your camera on, put your camera on. I love what Giselle said the other day. This is just part of you showing up, and it gets you more comfortable being in front of the camera. We're all going to see you. We all know what you look like as it is. So turn your camera on. I want to see your beautiful smiling faces. So you guys, I just returned last night. I got home around right before midnight from Southern California. Had an amazing last couple of days. I'm super excited about what's happening in Southern California and our expansion down there. And I'm excited for you guys because it gives you the opportunity to grow and to expand our reach in different markets, because no matter where people are, they can join this amazing company and we can support them. So we'll talk more about that. But I'm going to turn it over to one of our SoCal partners. I'm going to actually go to Aaron Grace. And Aaron Grace, I don't know if you've done this before, so let me preface the conversation. I'm going to have Aaron Grace bring us out on the field today. This is bring the troops into battle, bring us out on the field, our haka dance, getting ready for game day. So without further ado, no pressure at all. To you, Aaron, let's have you bring us out on the field.
Oh my gosh, I didn't know we were going to do this. So welcome, everyone. I'm super excited to be here. And like Elias said, we had a great last couple of days with him in our office. But I'm excited for what we're doing today.
Good, me too. I'm excited. And here's what I want to say, you guys. Like, anything is possible. We always talk about this, but like seeing like what they've done in Southern California and being able to see what's happening in Irvine. I went from Whittier to Irvine to support Andrew. He is part of YPN. He was at a event for the Orange County Realtors. And it's cool to see like the impact that you guys have in your communities, in your associations, in YPN. So one of the things that I want to encourage everybody to do today before we get rolling is I want to encourage you all to get involved. And whatever that looks like in your local communities, a great way to get involved is start in your own backyard, in your own associations. You guys can join YPN, doesn't matter how old you are. YPN is the Young Professionals Network. I was actually the chair last year for the Bridge Association of Realtors. So I want you guys to get involved. There's tons of things that are going on. Is there an opportunity for you to speak at a marketing meeting? Can you go in there and share with them what we do in our environment? Can you bring people in from the association to our environment? Can you ask them if they need a space to host an event? You guys have all kinds of different offices, and maybe you're the one that puts that together and coordinates with Molly and puts something on the calendar. So I want to encourage you guys to get involved. They need you, and they need representation in a big way. And I'm not knocking any association, but when I went to the association event yesterday, it was older. It was a little stuffy. I'm in there in shorts and a tattoo and a bald head. And I was like, totally felt like I was out of place, and I loved it, right? But what I'm saying is that this industry has changed. There's more diversity than there's ever been in the last 2 years. And there's more young entrepreneurs. I mean, look at Colleen. Colleen's 19 years old. And if the dude does this thing right, he's going to be a millionaire by the time he hits 30 years old. So it's like representation in a different way. So I want to encourage everybody to get involved this season, this year, by the end of the summer. It's just a great opportunity for you to get your name out there, build your brand, and meet more incredible human beings. And of course, attract them to our environment. I want to share a quick quote with you guys before we get rolling. And it's from this book. Once again, I'm going to drop this. I talk about this all the time because I think it is an incredible book. So let me share something with you. It says, desire is the starting point of all achievement, not a hope, not a wish, but a keen pulsating desire which transcends everything. That is a quote from Napoleon Hill. Let me say it one more time. Desire is the starting point of all achievement, not a hope, not a wish, but a keen pulsating desire which transcends everything. Here's the thing. I don't hope to be successful. I don't hope to have a successful company. Like, this is my desire, and then I back it up every single day with action. You guys, I'm tired this morning. I got in late. My plane was delayed again, but today I have 11 appointments. Like, I'm ready to fire on all cylinders, right? So it's like, that's the desire that keeps pulling me and keeps pulling me and keeps pulling me. So I have a series of questions today, and if you have an ability to write, please write. And then I want to get some feedback, and I want to hear what your guys' answers are. The reason why I love this is because it turns it back to you, not about me, and helps you guys be super introspective about where you're at in your business. I want you guys to have absolute clarity around what you want in this next coming week. All I want you to write down on your piece of paper is clarity. What do I want for this next week? And I'm going to say week because we're going to take bite-sized chunks out of your business. Doesn't have to be cataclysmic, doesn't have to be the whole end of the year, but have clarity around what you want for this next week. 2, be willing to be flexible and stretch yourself. Here's the thing, you guys, we're all raised in different places in the world. Our parents came from different traditions. We grew up in different times. And you guys, I don't feel like I'm that old. I'm 42 years old, but I remember a time before cell phones, right? So I remember a time before cell phones, and I remember a time that was completely different, right? I remember getting in fist fights, right? Like I remember like the streets. I remember things that were way different than they are now. So it's like, be willing to be flexible and stretch yourself outside of the norms that maybe you have taught or how you were raised, and like get out of your way. Decide this week, only this week, how will you play bigger for this coming week? How will you play bigger in this coming week? And there's an add-on to that question. What does that look like? What does that look like for you? For Steph, that might be different. For Jerron, that might be different. For Adrian Reliza, that might be different. For Elisa Beltran, that might look different. What does that look like? And the reason I say play bigger is because we can all think bigger, right? How many people on this call right now feel that they're a big thinker? Okay, good. Thank you for the hands up. We could think ourselves right into being broke. We could think ourselves right out of this industry. It's not about thinking bigger, it's about playing bigger. And playing bigger says, I'm going to take some chances and I'm just going to go out there and create. And we're going to talk about creation in a couple minutes and what I'm seeing on social from you guys, because I'm beyond excited and proud of what you guys have created. Next question. Commit to being a team player. And what does that mean? Right? Do you have an accountability buddy? Are you looking in Slack? Are you hyping somebody up? Are you inviting them to an event? Are you planning an event? Are you doing what Joe Ellen just did this last weekend? Like, commit to being a team player and then ask yourself, what does that mean? What does that look like to me? Next question. Decide in this coming week what will be your breakthrough. What will be your breakthrough this coming week? Whether that's, I'm going to create 5 videos, I'm going to get over my fear of making cold calls, I'm going to nail my listing presentation, whatever that looks like. Like, what will this coming week, what will be your breakthrough in this coming week? A couple other questions. Right now, if you think about the top 3 things that you are focused on in your business, what are they? We're all at different seasons of our business, right? Andrew is representing YPN. He's moving up to Northern California, or back to Northern California. Adrian's business has taken a complete 180 in regards to video. She's growing. Otis just got into 2 contracts in the last 30 days. We're all at different seasons of our life and our business, right? So what are you focused on right now? What are the 3 main things that you're focused on? And I want to turn this over to you guys. As you guys write, as you guys put down thoughts, I want to ask you guys, over the past week, what did you learn and what did you take action on? And go back to your question here, Nias. First one was not a question, it was just literally have clarity around what you want for this next week and be willing to be flexible and stretch yourself. So it's more of a comment than a question. But I want to ask you guys, in this past week, what did you learn and what did you apply? We have been having some really cool speakers come on. You guys have been, like, I've been seeing so many videos and captions and music and like all this traction that I'm seeing from you guys. So I want to ask you, in this past week, what's something that you learned? But I think more importantly, what's something that you took some action on in this past week, and how's that shown up in your life and business? So who wants to kick us off? Joellen, let's have you kick us off, and then you guys, full stream of consciousness. Don't be shy. Let's get your hands up. Let's get everyone involved, because this is how we learn and grow together. So Joellen, let's hear from you.
So I met with Matt Barba this week in El Dorado Hills. And we went over something that I want to do with the new builds out here. And he liked my vision, and he liked the fact that I implemented fast. I didn't waste time. He said that he reached out to like 60 something agents in this area and only 2 people responded to him. to be
Wow.
on video. That means that like nobody's doing it out here. I have a chance to actually dominate, get these deals from, seeing these videos. Like this one guy out here, he's 19 years old and all he does is new home builds. And he does the higher end ones. He didn't necessarily sell the higher end one, but he got a client because they saw those videos, just construction videos. So I'm doing that, taking action. We got that event going. Someone that I know saw my event at Voger, and now they asked me to do a meet and greet for the state Senate District 4 in El Dorado. And I'm doing that on September 25th. Now I got the head owner of Voger Winery now personally being my like hands-on lady, because I'm now going to hold more events. So my vision that I wanted to join the wine club for is actually playing out. So I'm going to do all these little networking events at these wineries.
I mean, look at you guys, like one event has now catapulted her into multiple things that she's going to be doing, and look at the reach. But if she didn't document that, if she wasn't visible, if she didn't create some cool video, if Christina didn't create that cool reel, it's like you wouldn't have the traction and visibility that you have right now. So I'm super, super happy for you. And Joelle, let me ask you, when you heard Giselle speak the other day, I know that we've heard from Giselle for many months. What was one thing that you took away from that session?
The one thing that she's got so many things that I've learned from her is just nobody cares. Just do it. Just be you, get over yourself, turn on your camera, be real, don't be fake. And that's what she's all about. So.
Yes, I love it. I love it. Well, Joanne, congratulations on taking massive action. Otis, I'm going to turn it over. What did you learn in this past week? And more importantly, what did you take action on in your business and in your life?
With me, time management, getting my first deal all the way through contract and closing yesterday. Time management, because they talk about the snowball effect, and this is for all you new realtors out there struggling to get your first deal or just struggling to get your business going. Be ready, because I got my first one. Now I got like 7 deals. I got 2 listings, and yesterday, point blank, is about showing up and content. I made that video about a month and a half ago that I put on my reel last night, and the engagement from people seeing me get a deal and actually succeeding in real estate hits different now when they look at the video. So I've gotten people, hey, my mom wants this, my cousin wants this. So just following up, having a system in place for when things start to go, because they literally can go crazy. Like I got 6 showings today. I got to do a listing appointment, a buyer's consultation. So I will never get through my day if I don't sit there and plan it out right and have my system right. So just be ready, and just because it wasn't working then, try rearranging it now when you get some success going, because it's like a ball. Once it starts rolling, it won't stop.
Otis, let me ask you a question, man. And this is probably going to be a tough question. Do you remember a time in the last couple of years where you weren't as busy as you were right now? Like, where were you at mentally? Where were you at emotionally?
Man, I'm gonna be honest with you. Probably blunted out, smoking, wasting time, hanging out. Waiting for business to come to me, because my old fashioned, I got to the bar of radio world, and people were coming to me daily. So I stopped prospecting. I start looking for what's hot, because I thought I had what's hot coming to me. So never get complacent with how things are going. Always want more.
Man, I absolutely love that. And I appreciate you sharing. Let's go over to Andrew, and anybody else who wants to ask a question, put your hand up. So I want to talk to you, Andrew. What's one thing that you learned in this past week, but more importantly, what's one thing that you've taken massive action on in this last week?
I think the one thing was what I think when we did our group coaching call the other day was my brand, what people say about you when you're not around, and what are your core values. And I think that's sort of I reflected on that, of like, what are my core values? What am I putting out there? And is that reflecting in what I'm doing, what I'm saying in my social media, how I'm presenting myself to my clients? And I started to like put together a list of like what I believe in, what my values are, so to make sure that I'm presenting myself in the truest form every time I show up, either in person or on social. And I think that's and then putting that strategy together for social media, and just like making sure for my videos that I share what I'm doing and presenting myself. Yeah.
So Andrew, let me pause you for a second. If you were to tell us right now as a group, what are your core values? What are some of your core values?
Integrity is one big thing. The other thing is accountability as well too. Just making sure I'm accountable to my clients, being honest to my clients, even if it isn't what they want to hear, but it's something that I truly want to make sure I present, even if it's the most difficult thing. And has happened and not necessarily worked out, but it's something that I needed to do in order to make sure I did what I need to.
Man, I love this. I love this. You guys, I had a coaching session last week and I want to share this with you because it was really powerful. So Ofelia Pena, she's on our team. She's been in the game for over 15 years and she's never created a video. But I think here's what's important. Can you be successful without creating a video? Yeah, if you had a book of business, you've been doing this before video is a thing, there you can. But I think right now, in order for you to be super, successful, I think that this needs to be a component of your business. However, I think it was more so about encouraging her to make the video to just get over that milestone and that hurdle of that fear and that trepidation of not doing it. But she's like, I don't know what to say. And I said, okay, well, what are your core values? She's like, well, I want to really serve the Hispanic community. And I said, why? She said, I feel the Hispanic community is underrepresented and I don't see enough content in Spanish. I said, okay, cool. What else? She's like, I believe in relationships over transactions and building a true connection and bond with my clients. Awesome. Love that. Wrote that down on the board. What's another thing that's a core value? She said, my family, right? They mean the world to me and I'll do anything for them. And I have 2 young kids and this and that. I said, okay, cool. So let me ask you a question, Ofelia. How would they know? And like, she's like, they wouldn't know. They wouldn't know unless they were in close proximity to me. I said, our friends and family know what's important to us, but I asked her, how would they know? Like, how would they know? And I saw something happen with her. And then Cam spent some time with her. They created a video. She posted that video. She's got some traction from that video. But nonetheless, like if you're looking for content and how to build, like figure out what your core values are and then say, how would they know? Well, if they don't know and they don't know anything about you, then just start there. All the other stuff will come. If you don't know how to explain inflation, then don't do a fucking video on inflation. If you don't know an FHA loan, a VA loan, and the differences, you should know that. But if you can't articulate that on video, then don't create this boring ass video, right? Lean into who you are and make sure that you're in alignment with your core values. And Andrew, I really, really appreciate you saying that and bringing that up. I'm going to go over to Colette. Colette, what did you learn in this past week? And what's something you took massive action on in this past week in your business? Let's hear from you.
Okay. Thank you for catching me off guard. I was working on my business. Well, I got a new listing. That's great. So I'm just kicking ass on that and trying to get that rolling. But I was thinking about buying an investment property. So that pushed me to really get deep into my numbers and my goals and my stuff that I avoid like the plague for some reason, because I just get all anxious and caught up in that. But it forced me to get in there and get it done. So I have like full on household income expenses, full on business expenses, full on like systems in place. Finally, it was painful, but so moving forward, just being better at the things that I don't like doing, like tracking my shit, get my shit together. So anyway, that's big hard lesson for me, but that's what I've been up to, and I appreciate all of you and all of your accomplishments and contributions.
I love this. You guys, is it safe to say that every successful major corporation, every publicly traded corporation has a tracking system, whether it's a point of sale, whether it is an accounting department, whether it's forecasting? Every single corporation has that, or else they don't know where the business is going to come from. They don't know how to project. They don't know, like, okay, here's what we need to do for the fourth quarter in order for us to hit our profit goals for the year. It's the same thing with you guys, right? That's why Sisu is such an important tool. Now, we're not featuring Sisu every single week on the meetings, but we are going to do a monthly recap of who the top were in all the categories. So Sisu is your tool to go in and make sure that you're tracking all of your leading indicators. Leading indicators are the things that are getting you closer to your lagging indicator, which is your goal. So use Sisu, track like a son of a gun, and make sure that you guys are doing that on a daily. Let's go to one other person. We're going to shift gears. I'm going to go over to, let's see, camera on. Let's go to Lucy. Lucy, you always have something to contribute. Lucy, I want to hear from you. What did you learn this past week, and what's something you took massive action on in your business? Take yourself off of mute and let's hear from you.
Sorry about that. Hi everybody. Okay, so I had my first coaching call with you this week, and that was for me really good. And I'm a like massive action taker, so I really try to like implement right away things that I learned. So after talking to you, I was like, okay, like I gotta be like better about my videos, and videos have been a journey for me. Like it's definitely something I do not like to do. I do not really like being on camera. I stumble on my words and everything, but whatever, I'm just gonna get in front of the camera. And I made a video yesterday and I did get a lot of traction on it. Somebody called me that they want to, buy a home. So that was a great lead to get just out of making that one video.
And Lucy, what about the video do you think got you traction? Why do you think people like that? Was it the one that, do you want to buy a home in 2022?
Yeah, I was at my listing and I just went over there to like really quick do something. And I had like all these people come in and kind of bombard me, like wanting to see it and stuff. And all of them coincidentally like shared how difficult it's been for them to buy. And so I was like, you know what, I'm going to share what just happened. And like, it was authentic. I think I talked a little bit about, VAs and how difficult it is for them to get, their offers accepted. And I don't know, I feel like that resonated with people. It was just genuine. And that's
Love
all.
it. Good for you. Good for you. Way to take massive action. And I love that. And we always say, I mean, it's reps, right? She owns a gym, right? When someone comes in and be like, oh my God, I'm out of shape. I'm like not feeling good about myself. I don't have any confidence and I need to get my ass in shape. And that person came in once a week and did 6 sit-ups and then came to you like, this isn't working, right? It's like, what advice would you be like, get your ass in here and do the reps, right? Do the burpees, do the pull-ups. So it's the same thing with you. You got to do the reps in order to build that mental callus and that, stability in doing videos. So I love this. Here's what I would do, you guys. How many times are you driving along and then all of a sudden you have an idea of a cool video? You're like, ooh, that would be great. And then you get to wherever you're going or you do whatever you're doing, and then you completely lose it. You forget what that was. And you're like, I had a good idea. Has that ever happened to anybody? So what I would encourage everyone to do is to keep a running list on their phone, piece of paper. As soon as that idea sparks, like write it down. I'll give you an example. I have a couple on my list from just this morning as I'm reading, as I'm thinking. One is don't be a dickhead. Okay. Now there's context behind this. What I'm finding is that great customer service sometimes is fleeting. We're going into places and people don't even say hi. They don't even look up. These young kids don't know shit about greetings and salutations. Like, who is training your people to be great at customer service? And I feel like sometimes people are just dickheads. So playing bigger. What if you were able to scale your business quicker because you have the leverage, the team, the support, the tools, the techs? Tom Ferry, you guys, we're hosting the Tom Ferry event next week. We are live casting that, but we are also having it inside of our office. I'm going to give you a quick look at this. So what I want you guys to do, and Judith, maybe if you can go to this and get all of these links. Here's the information about Tom Ferry Summit. Here's the Eventbrite for Brentwood, and here's the Eventbrite for Oakland. We are not live casting that in the Sacramento office. These are the 2 offices. But how cool would that be to take this icon, this Tom Ferry Success Summit, down below, you put the link. If you want to come to this fire session, hit me up. Would love to have you as my personal guest and bring people from the industry. Because there's people paying thousands and thousands of dollars to go to this event, and the people that can't pay for this event are going to miss out on this great, great content. So that's a way for you guys to build and bring people in. I have another one. We're doing this Elevate event. I have 6 tickets that I'm able to give away. And so I'm going to put that on social media. I'm going to create a video. So I want you guys to keep a list of the things that you guys feel that you can create video on, and then go home, sit in front of your camera, turn it on, put your light on, and just create. So I love that you took action on that, Lucy. Tons and tons of great opportunity for you. Can you copy the links that, Judith, if you can copy those links for me and throw them into the chat, that would be wonderful. Andrew, you had your hand up, and then we're going to shift gears.
I think to add on to that, I have like the worst memory ever. And I remember like the stupidest things and like the things I don't really need to like take action on. So what I've been trying to do better on is I have an Apple Watch and an iPhone. So I've been using like Siri and just be like, hey, like remind me to do blah, blah, blah. Like go to the bank and deposit money, like the really like little things whenever it comes up, to add to my list, just so I have a trigger of like, okay, I need to go do that. Or like if something like important comes up, that way I'll have something going on my reminders list to go back on, because it's been a struggle because things like come up and then I'll like forget it if I don't write it down. And sometimes I'm like driving and I can't write it. So that's been one big thing, to keep a running list of different thoughts and action items I need to take. So that's been helpful.
You guys, that's why I love commuting. I love driving. People always say, like, there's two different types of people. There's people that were like, I got to sit in traffic for an hour and that's suck. I'm like, I actually enjoy it. I know it's weird, but you guys, it's university time, it's thought time, it's music time. It's me to get like ideas for our business and how we're going to grow, and like podcast time. So like some of those, your greatest ideas are going to come when you guys are on the road. So I highly, highly encourage you guys to embrace university time. So let's shift gears, you guys. I want you to get a piece of paper out if you have the ability to get a piece of paper out. Put a line in the middle, line through it, just 4 squares. It doesn't have to be done really nice, but I want you guys to write this down. There's 4 reasons why you will lose in a presentation, whether it's a buyer's presentation, listing presentation, or converting over the phone. Let's take this in the conversation of a listing appointment, because let me ask a quick question, and I need reactions below for this question. How many people right now feel 100% ready and prepared to go on a listing appointment if I handed you a $2 million opportunity right now on this call? How many of you could go and do a fire ass listing presentation? Give me reactions with the reaction button below. That way I can see it on the screen. Okay, cool. Demian, Cynthia, I think I saw Bill raise his hand. Cortez, Andrew Lynn gave me a thumbs up. Adrian Reliza, where's your hand? Ophelia Vargas, where's your hand? You don't feel like 100%? No? Okay. Well, I appreciate your honesty. I appreciate Joellen gave a heart. Cam gave a heart. Taylor put his hand up. Okay, cool. Sylvia, okay. Here's the thing, you guys. If we take these 4 reasons why you lose in a presentation, if we're just going to focus on a listing presentation, because I promise you, this is going to happen. If you're actively prospecting, if you're actively knocking on doors for open houses, let the community know that you're having an amazing open house and you want to let them know that there's going to be more cars in their community. And I wanted to come by and ask you to come by to check out the open house from 12 to 1. The Andersons just listed their home. What's going to happen? Oh, what are they selling it for? Oh, they're listing it for $659,000. God, honey. God, what did we buy? We bought this house for $325,000 20 years ago. Wow, that's incredible. Well, have you ever thought about putting your house on the market? Well, yeah, we were actually considering. We want to move to Arizona, be closer to the grandbabies. Can you come in and talk to us about it? Like, oh my God, what do I do? What do I do? What do I do? That's the last thing I want for you guys, is to be unprepared in any situation. But here's why you would lose if you walked into those scenarios. First things first, there's no clarity on your value proposition, right? Right now, if you had 30 seconds, if I said, why list with you, Nice Cooks? Why list with you, Steph? Why list with you, Sarah Long? Why list with you, Salute? Why list with you, Rafa? Why? They are not clear on their value proposition. So it's you fumble. Well, because, well, I have this team and we have a lot of people and we're fast and we're called Team Fast, and we have Slack. And then I'm on social media. Like, okay, cool. Like, you lost me, right? There is no clarity in your value proposition. That's number 1. In the second quadrant, in the top right, is going to be your brand is just not big enough. And I mean this, and I don't care if you're brand new. Your brand is big enough, meaning that they know nothing about you. There is no visibility into you as a human being. They don't know if you have kids, if you like biking, if you like kayaking, if you like music. They know nothing about you. They know nothing about the value that you give to the community. They don't know about the things that you know about listening to home. They don't know that you know about herringbone floors. They don't know that you know about the top colors right now in the market when you're listening to home. They don't know that you don't necessarily have to put $40,000 into your home before you list that, because they don't know shit about you. They can't see you. You want to start to be famous, then start to create so people can see you. And so, you know, they know exactly what it's going to be like if they work with you. Number three, and this is probably the most important of the four. Your presentation process isn't elegant enough. And I want you guys to stay on that one for a second. Your presentation process isn't elegant enough. Have you created your high note presentation? Have you sent that out to your clients prior to a presentation? Do you know how to do an amazing buyer's presentation from start to finish? Did you send that out to them prior so they know what to expect when you get on Zoom call and they actually have that link? Is your process elegant? And for some it is, for some it is not, and it needs work. So that would be the third reason why you did not win the opportunity, is that your presentation process isn't elegant enough. 4, they don't know how to decide. What does that mean? When a client does not know how to decide, what have you done? You've overtalked, you've oversold, you've data dumped, you've feature and benefit dumped, and you haven't made it very easy for them to decide to work with you, Lucy, because you've given too much. How many times have we been on a conversation before or a presentation and the client says these fatal words? Okay, lot to think about. We're going to get back to you. We want to think about it, right? What the fuck is there to think about? I've given way too much information. I get it. In some case, they want to shop around. That's cool. But have I given them a clear way to make a choice, right? This is why in a listing presentation, your marketing timeline is your best friend, right? Mr. Johnson, I'm going to go over what the next 14 days is going to look like. That way, you know exactly how we're going to spend our time and how I'm going to prep your home for the next 14 days. What I've done here is I've listed out all the dates that are important for the next 14 days, but I want to start filling these out on my calendar. I brought some blank calendars. All right, so here's what's going to happen on Monday. Monday, we're going to prep the house. I'm going to have someone come out. We're going to deep clean. On this day, we're going to stage the house. On this day, we're going to set up for photographs. On this day, we're going to do the copy. I'm going to send the copy back to you for approval. On this day, we're actually going to hit the market. We're going to do our first open houses on Saturday and Sunday. We're going to accept offers that following Wednesday. Based on this timeline, if we accept an offer on that date and 30 days close of escrow, you will be able to get that check for the sale of your home on this date and then be on the way to Arizona. So that's the plan for the next 30 days or 45 days, whatever that looks like. What other questions do you have? Cool. What I've done is I've already prepared all of the documents for you guys to sign. I send that over DocuSign. My assistant will take care of that right now. It's really, really easy. Like, do they know how easy it is to make a decision while working with you? Safety, confidence, validation. Safety, confidence, validation. Working with me, I'm going to be able to do this. I'm going to eliminate these things. You're going to feel safe. I'm going to handle the open house. I'm going to do all these things. Confidence because I know what I'm talking about. I'm confident based on my history, based on my performance, based on my team, based on my cloud, all these things. And I'm bringing in validation throughout the presentation. Validate that you are the top choice and remove friction from an appointment. Remove friction from an appointment. You know, you move friction from appointment, talk about the things that they want to talk about. Focus on the things that are important to them, not important to you. Nobody cares about your fluff. Promise you. It's cool, but how about I do this, Mr. and Mrs. Johnson? How about I focus on the things that are most important to you? And that's probably our marketing plan and what you will net on the home and how long that's going to take. Is that probably what's most important to you right now? Cool. How about we focus on those things and I leave all the other stuff so you can read it tonight when you're in bed? Cool. Awesome. Let's go right in. Now you're speaking directly to the person and you're speaking directly to what's important to them and it's not fluff. Nice. You had your hand up. Nice. You there, bro?
Yeah, I'm here. Like you said, I'm not really prepared. Well, sometimes I may think that I'm not prepared, but I may be prepared, but I've really never done a listing presentation. I've done a ton of buyer consultations and stuff like that, but Since joining Team Fast and seeing the listing presentation, I haven't really had a chance to be able to really, put it in action. But just from doing other or going to other seminars or hearing other people speak or whatever else, I understand like you want to be prepared, kind of be able to put yourself out in front of that person before you actually show up, like sending information. Therefore, when you do show up, you're already top of mind and you already kind of established yourself. And so, but I get what you're saying as far as that confidence and having that, preparation to be able to have a listing go your direction. So, yeah.
Yeah, you guys, here's the thing. And Nias, for you, find somebody on this call or somebody in the office, somebody that you know that wants to practice that buyer or that listing presentation. You have to say it over and over and over again for it to feel like it's not scripted and you actually know what you're talking about, right? You should be studying the data, studying the neighborhood, studying the patterns, and then finding out exactly what is important to the client, right? And being able to really focus your presentation. A listing presentation is tough. But does everyone remember when they worked with their first buyer? That was tough too, right? So it's the same thing, you guys. You guys are building your prowess. You guys are building your communication. You guys are building your presentation skills. And you guys, a lot of us focus, and rightfully so, we focus on converting and we focus on the buyer's presentation. Well, when we think about these 4 quadrants, it's important that you guys are really going in and practicing and practicing. So check it out. You just got somebody that is down to help. I will practice it and with you, it is in the sales mastery book, 100%, 100%. So you guys, 4 reasons: no clarity on your value proposition, your brand is just not big enough, presentation process isn't elegant enough, and they don't know how to decide. You know why? You didn't make it easy for them. You didn't make it easy for them. You need to simplify the process, and because things are going to get complex. What happens when you guys get into escrow? What happens when you're talking about taxes and a seller net sheet and all these things? There's going to be complexities, but your presentation needs to be smooth, needs to have a cadence, and it needs to be elegant that you can present and people feel like, wow, Joellen really has it together. This was beautiful. And I'm not left with, oh my God, I'm overwhelmed. We got to think about it. And then the next person comes in and says, hey, listen, I'm going to make this really, really simple for you. That way, when we leave here today, you are clear and you understand the benefits of working with me and how I'm going to sell your home in the shortest time frame. Is that okay? Yeah, that's fine. Cool. So now I'm going in and making it simple when someone else convoluted the process. Adrian.
Oh, hi. I'm sorry. I just wanted to introduce my guest today. His name's Ian.
All right,
On the call.
hold on. Before we
Okay.
introduce the guest, and I want to get to that. I want you to contribute on this topic, and then we'll introduce your guest.
Okay, so what I am doing what I want to focus on this week or the next week, I'm actually going to big Build 22 in Dallas. I don't know if anyone else is going, but I'm going to be there to see Tony Robbins, and I'm super excited. Yes, so this is one big event that I'm going to. I've never been to Dallas. Super excited. So yes, so obviously I don't know if anyone's gonna be there but me on the team. So
Aaron's gonna be there. Quite a few agents are going there. So connect
Yeah,
with Aaron.
we will be there. There's like 7 or 8 of us. So definitely send me your information and let's connect there.
all right, cool. So I am just excited about meeting new people and letting go of my limited beliefs. So yeah, super excited. Another thing is just really leaning on the team. I've been working with other members on the team with my buyers. So I've been working with Vivian, Joe Ellen, Antonio, just some other people on our team. So definitely, and that's the whole reason why I joined Team Fast. It's such a huge difference, is the support that we get and the coaching. Which brings me to Ian. Ian happens to be my seller. He was my seller during the market shift. So I had his house on the market when the market changed, and we had to lower the purchase price on it because no one was making any offers, and he did a rehab on his house. And Ian ended up getting his real estate license. And so I've been telling him to join me at EXP, and he didn't at first. He went to Keller Williams, but he's on here today. So I wanted to introduce you to Ian.
How, you know what, how great. And Ian, you've seen it only from one side as a consumer, and you're probably like, oh, this is what they train about. Right. And so Ian, it's good to have you on, bro. If you can, just go ahead and introduce yourself and share with us any takeaways that you have from this meeting so far.
Hey guys, my name is Ian. Thanks for the intro, Adrian. I have been on this call for about 46 minutes, and so far everything's been down to earth, real. That's what I was actually explaining to Adrian, is that from what I'm learning here and what I'm hearing is everything down to earth, real. Nothing's is fake in terms of just talking. And what I'm learning is that you can get if you build your confidence in yourself, you can get the confidence of a buyer or a seller or whoever your client's going to be. And I look forward to joining Team Fast and having to learn with everybody here. And it's great that everybody, it's a support system here. So I'm ready to go.
Man, I love that, Ian. And I'll tell you what, there's so much value in just being real as penitentiary steel, as I call it. Like when I'm working with the client and I'm face to face with somebody and we're having interaction, I'm the same dude. I am the same dude. What's up, big dog? Oh my God, look at the kids. Uncle E, okay, cool. Where do we sit? Let's go talk business. I'm super excited. I'm stoked. Like I speak the same way. I have the same level of energy. Maybe I have to dress up a little bit nicer, whatever the case is. But like, I am that person that will make you feel super, super connected as the moment I meet you. That's my superpower. That's my superpower. And I keep it real and I have fun and I bring you in and hugs. Big dog, come on in. Why'd you say that? Stop that. I am just who I am. And I promise you guys, like when you have that level of realness, when you're interacting with people, they'll be like, well, this is like a homie. I like Adrian and she's really, really well-versed. I love this. John, you had your hand up.
I love that. I just want to share, last night we had cake at Olive Garden for my little girl's birthday in Folsom, and the server was absolutely amazing. And I cut a little slice of cake for him to have, after we packed everything up. And we said, here, this is for you. And he said, what, for me? He's like, really? He's like, no one's ever done this for me. And to see my little boy's face light up because we made somebody happy, like they love that. I'm all, yeah, when I was a server, people used to always leave me little things. He's like, really? He's all, I really appreciate you. That's never happened. And he was just so grateful. And just to see the happiness on his face made us feel good.
I love this. I love this. We had a conversation of kindness with Michaela this morning. She was at school yesterday and there was a little girl that was sitting all by herself. And then mom's like, well, did you go up and talk to her? She's like, no, but I'm going to go up and talk to her today and just like bring her in. I told her to go up and say, what up, big dog? Come hang with the real one. But she's probably not going to say that. She's not going to say that. But the point is she's going to go and be kind. And so I love that. And thanks for sharing. So let's start to come full circle on this conversation, you guys. Obviously, we learned a lot this week from Giselle. We're learning a lot from each other. I want you guys to really focus on the 4 reasons why you would lose a presentation or lose in an opportunity. And let's do this. Let's go around the room. I want to hear from you guys. I want to hear from a couple of key takeaways, where your mind's at, what you're thinking. Alyssa, Jade, we haven't met yet. Hi, we kind of played hit and miss this week, but Alyssa, just being on the call, if you could say one key takeaway that you've had from this call today.
Okay. Hi, I'm Alyssa. I'm a new agent here in the Bay Area. I've been on a few of these calls and everything I'm hearing, I love it. So hi.
Hi.
One key takeaway, maybe when it comes to decision making, really making those decisions crisp and clear to get through maybe like a checklist with listings or clients.
Yeah.
So decision making, one thing to help you move forward.
Wonderful. And I wrote here, remove all the friction. and give them a easy way to decide. So I appreciate you chiming in. Donna Chan, let's hear from you. Key takeaways from today's session. Always good to have you on. Hopefully your appointment went well yesterday.
It did go well. Objection wise, sorry, I don't know why my voice, I think I spoke from 8:30 in the morning till like late last night. So, but no partying involved. But I think being prepared is really, really, really key element. We have the systems and tools on the team for you. And if you're not being prepared to get this all in place, when that call comes and you're just out there like, okay, what am I going to do? You're going to look back at yourself. Why did I waste that time? Do not waste. Time is so valuable. We only have so many hours of the day, right? And I think congratulations to my advisory, Otis. You are amazing. I've seen your journey go through, and it's just being prepared, right? Always be prepared for battle. Elias says it's like you're getting, it's ready like a tactical sport, right? These people are putting their biggest investment in your hands. So at the end of the day, take it considerably. You are a realtor. You are not an agent. Realtors abide by ethics and codes. Go by your heart. Don't be commission driven. If you're commission driven, they will smell you not even a mile away, like literally like far away. Okay.
Yeah.
So always be prepared. I think that's one thing, a key element that I took away from today and this whole week, right? It's telling you, doesn't matter what you're producing on social media. When they meet you and you're a total different person, they're like, whoa, you're literally selling something that's not even you. And you never, always be authentic as well too.
Yeah.
So
I love it, Donna. I love it.
Mhm.
Maria, you had your hand up. Key takeaways from today's session.
Well, excuse me. For me, I always appreciate these group coaching calls. And so the theme that I've heard throughout this week, meeting with you, being with Joellen and the girls, was that, who you surround yourself with matters. We're not an island unto ourselves. And showing up to these group coaching calls, we build community. Showing up in the office, we build community. And we're always learning, no matter if you've been in this business for a day or 10 years. It is truly important that we come together. We break bread, maybe have a glass of wine. But at the end of the day, I've heard like Naya say, he needs to practice his listening presentation. Show up to the office, we will practice. I tell you, Sakia sometimes will be in the office and she'll hear something that she would have not heard had she been at home prospecting by herself. So I encourage everyone to continually come to the group coaching, continually show up in the office, because who you surround yourself with definitely does matter.
I love it. And you know what I'm seeing is I'm seeing like this. I don't know if you guys remember the old Johnny Cash. I'm a Johnny Cash fan, and he sings one piece at a time, right? And so he built like this hot rod, like one piece at a time, and he would one piece here, one piece there. I got it one piece at a time, and it didn't cost me a dime. So the reason why I correlate that to you guys is that you think about it, like there's times where you probably heard something from Andrew, you probably heard something from Maria, you heard something from Nias, you heard something from Lucy, from Zakia. And so like you're getting it one piece at a time, but in your subconscious, you're now building all of these phrases, thoughts, ideas, hooks, avenues, patterns, angles, and you're like storing all this. And I love that this comes together in these environments because I'm getting it one piece at a time. There's stuff that I heard from Ophelia 2 months ago that's still ringing in my head. There's stuff that Kaleem said when he wasn't even on the team that resonated today to me. There's stuff that I've heard Jeff Phillips say, like, dang, dude, like, it's like gospel when you speak. So it's like one piece at a time. And then you put it all together in your perfect package, because we're all a culmination of things that we've learned over time from our parents, from people that we know, from our lineage. And so that's what I love about these sessions. Let's hear from one other person and then we'll come full circle on it. Rafa, I want to hear from you, big dog. Rafa, what is a key takeaway from today's time together? It was great spending some time with you in Southern California last couple of days. Rafa, what is a key takeaway from today's session?
Too much. I never shut up. I think talking too much and making the decision more difficult than it has to be. That has been one of the biggest challenges. I connect with people, pretty easily, and you know, but then it's like a runaway train. And, you know, that's one thing that I'm going to have to definitely pull back on.
Man, I love that. I love that. And thanks for being honest, bro. Like really, thank you for being honest. Because there's times where I've been on a presentation with somebody and you literally just have to like nudge them, like, shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
So, Rafa, I appreciate that. And a good way to gauge this is when you're in a presentation, ask yourself, like, how much time have they actually spoke? And there's a really good book out there, and I'd highly recommend that you get this book. It's called Just Listen. And Just Listen is a powerful book about active listening. And really, really, when we have that desire to want to say something, not saying it. And it's hard, man. It's hard. You and I are cut from the same cloth, brother. So I appreciate you chiming in and saying that. All right, so let's come full circle.
Thank
We have
you, Elias. I appreciate it, man.
I appreciate you too. One last person, Ophelia Vargas. Good to see you. Good to have you on, Ophelia. Let's hear from you. You've been taking action over the last couple months. Appreciate you. Let's have you wrap up the session today. Key takeaways from today's group.
Okay, thank you. Sorry, I was right in the middle of trying to get someone to show a listing, which they did.
Yes.
Ophelia Pena, by the way. It's going to hook
power of the group, right?
I know, totally. When you had mentioned her name, I said, oh, I know exactly who to text. And so thank goodness. Yeah, so this whole week has been so educational, and sorry, now that's distracting me. And today's, when you had mentioned, you know, why isn't your hand up? And it's true. I mean, it's like I go up and I'm like, I just doubt myself a lot because I've gone on listing presentations. I get the listing, but for whatever reason, it's like Control-Alt-Delete goes out the window. And then I go back and it's like I have to start over. It's like I start over every time. So I don't know if it's just repetition that I need. Like you said, it's just a lot of probably repetition in, oh God, I forgot the word now. Like, oh goodness, role play. Yeah. Anyways. So the big one that I got from this week was by Giselle. And she said, if you're not camera ready, if you don't have your room, this is your sign. And so I started already demoing my room. I'm making it camera ready. We're going to start doing it. The kids are back at school. So I have more of control, more of a routine happening. So I'm pretty motivated. I'm excited and ready to rock and roll. And yeah, tackle this week for sure.
I love this. You know, you guys get your lighting right, get your background set up, have an environment where you could just plug in, shoot video, be present. You have an environment like I don't care if it's a corner, you guys, it took me a long time and a lot of time with putting all this stuff up. Only it's cool to have like but it was only for like, this is what this is for. So like, take the time to set up an environment that feels inviting. You have your light that you can just get on with clients, create video, and have your own space. So I appreciate you saying that, Ophelia. So you guys, let's have an amazing, amazing weekend. You know, I know you guys have open houses, you have things going on, but what I want you to do is anytime after group coaching, when shit is fresh, right? It's fresh. This is when you should just get off of group coaching and then turn the camera on and then do something, right? Take some type of action. What's one thing that you heard from, hey guys, I want to share something with you that Adrian Reliza said today. She's one of my team members on group coaching today. Boom, boom, boom. I want to share something that Lucy said today. Hey, I want to share an insight that I heard from group coaching today. I want to remind you guys, if you're struggling, focus on these 3 things because I've been focused on that and it's working for my business. It's fresh, right? It's fresh. Right? You ever know that feeling when you come out of a concert and you're like, man, that shit was tight. Like you're feeling it, right? If you guys are excited, if you're motivated, then take this time and say in your calendar, like, this is my action half an hour. From 9:30 to 10 o'clock, I'm going to take action on something that I took from group coaching. Now you have 3 days a week that there's something on here that a Colette said, that Ophelia said, that Cortez said, that Alyssa said, that I promise you is valuable to the masses. Right? You also have Tom Ferry Summit that you can go and hype up and bring people into the environment. Write your list. Like I have my list, write your list, go out there and create, have some fun. So you guys, I am looking forward to the weekend. I'm going to go up to Napa and spend a little bit of time. So you guys have a wonderful, wonderful weekend. I appreciate you and I'm more grateful for you than you will ever know. thank you for spending some of your time with me, with them, and thank you to all of our guests for being here. Have a wonderful, wonderful day, and we'll see you guys soon.